And so obviously we're reaching to the end of this episode today, and obviously it's been quite a beautiful 55 minutes. Obviously I wish we could do the whole day, but obviously you're a busy person, you've got a busy schedule, and we wouldn't want to keep you so long. But the most beautiful part about it is we've understood how many years it took you obviously to get where you are. 22 years if I'm not mistaken, which obviously you can't just click fingers, it happens. And then obviously you also spoke about how people obviously can file their taxes properly now, how they can secure their investment. But what has stood out most for me is just the whole, from you wanting to be a property investor, and then you said, you know what, I might just understand the whole game properly. And now look, it turned out to real estate, you're now good in being an agent for yourself as well.
Yes.
And I think that's quite good.
Yes.
And then the other thing that now is in my head so much is this new program you're bringing in. That's also exciting.
Project 100 Agents.
Absolutely, that's exciting. And the other thing is, you spoke about how you can structure out these things whereby you can either go for short-term rentals, which is your Airbnb, and then it's either also you can just go directly into the rental thing, or where it's a month-to-month thing. And also how people can see their pitfalls when they have the wrong tenant in the property. How can they secure their money there? How can they make sure that that person is kicked out of the property properly and stuff like that?
Again, with integrity.
Yes. Yeah, and then also the other thing is how much you persevered, in terms of you going to read those books and just buying those books. Because most people would think, I can't. And those days with the internet, you can buy these books for free even.
Yeah, exactly.
Them for free.
And just by the way, I started that 35 years ago. Okay?
Yes.
So I started reading those books 35 years ago. And then 23 years ago, I bought the Robert Kiyosaki books. And as I finished them, I went, that's it.
That's it, yeah.
It just makes absolute sense
Yeah.
that if you're buying property, it's not going to go away. And over time, it will increase on demand. There's it's a game changer. And I just decided I'm going to be that. Absolutely. And then it took me a long time to be able to be that. I had to find those loopholes of, for example, paying myself a basic salary so that the banks like me more.
Oh yeah.
I want to tell you another thing. So self-employed people often have a problem with self-employed people often don't like to pay the taxman much money, right?
Yes.
It contradicts being a property investor, because you can't say to the taxman, I only earn 10,000 Rand a month and here's my 900 Rand tax.
Yes.
And then you go to the bank and you say, I earn 70,000 Rand a month, please give me a bond.
Give me a bond, yes.
You've got to be willing to give up that 28% in order to get into this game. And for me, that's a mind shift. When people get that mind shift, they jump on board, then you can make the 11 million. Isn't the 11 million worth more?
Yeah, I mean, come on, if you're going to sacrifice that 28 for that, then absolutely. Yeah, I think the sacrifice part. Yeah. And I think also with anything, in life in general, you have to give in a little bit.
Yeah, if you've got a tax problem, here's the good news. You're making money.
Yes.
Celebrate
it, yeah. I think that's the biggest thing. And for me, about getting into business for yourself, the biggest thing with tax was, if I can go sit down with people in terms of, making a deal or anything, we got in some room for negotiation with pricing, with all of this. But the taxman, unfortunately,
we have to pay.
He just comes off with that round off and it's done.
But how about we only pay him once?
Yes.
Monthly.
True.
Not every single time the property transfers from one generation to another.
Yeah.
So when I pass away, my children get my property.
Yes.
And when they pass away, their children get the property, etc. So now the taxman would have had death tax and transfer duty on each
time
that happens. So if you put it in a structure, which is, by the way, nearly 1,000 years old, trusts.
Yes.
If you put it in the right structure, you'll save in the long run.
Yes, absolutely.
In the beginning, don't wait, because it costs some money to set up all these structures and it takes a lot of knowledge to get it. Don't wait. Get your finger in the game.
First.
Just get in the game.
Get started,
Buy some properties. And then as soon as you go, okay, I know what I'm doing now.
And
then get the right structure going.
Yeah. And obviously, what people don't understand as well is that with the trust, I'm sure you can get out of it if it's not the right thing to restart something else, right?
You mean resign as a trustee?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. So let's say you and your partner, because you're meant to have 3 trustees.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so 2 trustees plus an independent trustee who is not a beneficiary.
From it, yes.
Okay, so he doesn't benefit in any way. So let's say we 2 trustees and we've got the independent, and then I decide I don't really want to be involved in this anymore. I can resign as a trustee.
Yes.
And you could get another trustee on board. Sure.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And I think, yeah, in most cases, it's just the understanding part. I think if people would understand what it is all about initially, yeah, but as you said, it's hard to understand something you're not actually doing and you're not into it. So being in it, like, yeah, definitely.
In it to win it.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. But thank you so much, Jenni.
Thank you too,
It's been an absolute pleasure. And obviously, for anybody watching this, hopefully next week, same time again, we can have another episode. Yeah, we're not going to jinx what topic it is, but yeah, it's definitely in the investment realm. And yeah, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share, do all of those. And then we'll put some links below. And then for anybody that wants to check out trust property or trust rentals and what they do, yeah, feel free to click into the description below. This podcast will be available on other platforms like Spotify and other social media platforms. So yeah, just keep a lookout for that. And then yeah, thank you.
Thank you too.
Thank you so much.